Hi, everybody. Paul Stamiska here. I just want to give this quick introduction before our vlog to, first of all, wish you Merry Christmas. But, we just got off the season of Thanksgiving, a time when we're thankful for all the blessings that God has given to us. And truly, we have been blessed. And we also now are in these weeks to be able to look forward to the greatest gift we could ever imagine. And in a way, in a small way, these vlogs, we're coming to you with them as our little gift to you, because we really are helping you make good decisions about the blessings that you have. And so when we end each session by saying it's your life, it's your plan, and it's your legacy, we really mean it. The whole idea here is to help you. So, Merry Christmas, a very blessed New Year, and enjoy our December vlog. Hi everybody, welcome again to our KML Foundation Table Talk vlog. I'm Paul Stamiska, your estate plan counselor, and I'm really happy again to be bringing this vlog to you. Today's topic is IRAs, and I call it the great option of IRAs. A lot of people know about individual retirement accounts, but maybe they only know some of the very basic information. And so today we're going to focus a little bit more on how you can use your IRA in some pretty unique and special ways. My guest today is Matt Zuliger. Matt is a financial planner, and he's also going to share some information about IRAs. So we're really excited to get started. So welcome, Matt.
Thanks, Paul. Happy to be here.
Let's just start with a very basic question. What is an IRA?
An IRA stands for an individual retirement account. It's a tax-deferred investment that helps you save for retirement.
I know that they can be great investment accounts, but if I understand correctly, there are a lot of advantages to IRAs other than just their investments. For instance, there's the potential growth. Obviously, you own the money. And another thing I think that's a real advantage is that you don't have to rely on the government because this is your money for retirement. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, there's one more thing that I'm not sure a lot of people know about, is you can also use the IRA to make charitable gifts. Let's talk about that a little bit, Matt.
Yes, a qualified charitable distribution is a tax-free distribution where you take the funds out of an IRA, make the distribution directly from an IRA directly to a qualified charitable distribution. These distributions can be used to satisfy your required minimum distribution. Keep in mind, you need to be at least age 70 and a half at the time you make these distributions.
Matt, you said these are qualified charitable distributions, and just so people know, their church, our Wells and Ells churches, as well as KML and the KML Foundation, are qualified charitable organizations. And so these kind of QCD donations can go to your church, to KML or the KML Foundation. Does the QCD provision apply to all IRAs, Matt?
Yes, the QCD applies to traditional IRAs, also inherited IRAs. It does not include SEP IRAs and simple IRAs that are active.
Now, the process sounds simple. I just want to use some of my IRA money, instead of taking it as a required minimum distribution, maybe paying taxes on that, I could give it to my charity, and that can serve a lot of benefits. But is there a process that you have to go through to actually do a QCD?
Yes, you must make the check directly to the institution. It cannot be made to you. Typically what happens is the institution will send the check directly to the charity. Sometimes they will send the check to you, and then you just forward it on into the institution. But again, the check must be made payable to the charity.
Yeah. Okay, so you talked about a required minimum distribution, the amount that people have to take out every year, their IRA. And you also talked about the QCD, the qualified charitable distribution. So people might want to say, I want to give that distribution to charity, and I also am concerned about my required minimum distribution, does the amount of their charitable gift have to match their required minimum distribution every year? Can it be more or less?
Those are good questions, Paul. I would keep in mind that the dollars that you take out first in the year count towards your required minimum distribution. With that in mind, you may want to make one qualified charitable distribution or multiple to various institutions of different amounts. You just want to keep in mind that you don't go over the annual limit of $100,000.
And I'm assuming most of our listeners are probably saying that's within their comfort zone. I have to tell you that it's been amazing here at the KML Foundation to see the number of these QCD gifts coming. The school and the foundation have benefited greatly from people who have seen the advantage for themselves, but also being able to support ministry. Just a few years ago, we were getting about $28,000 in the year. That was 2019. The following year, we had about $57,000. And last year, over $70,000. And I'm looking at this year being even higher, the way things are going so far, the way they're trending. So a number of people are realizing the value of giving their IRA benefits to a charity. But there are a lot of people that say, after I die, I want those IRA benefits going to my children. And that's wonderful because they're thinking of their loved ones and making sure they're taken care of financially. But I don't know if people always understand the tax consequences of doing that. And from what I understand, the Secure Act passed by the U.S. government has had an impact on that. Talk a little bit about that, Matt.
Right. The Secure Act requires that you liquidate or fully distribute an inherited IRA within 10 years. So this is income that you have to include this as income when you receive this as a beneficiary. So with that in mind, you may want to consider giving directly or including a charity as a beneficiary in your traditional IRA. Charities don't pay taxes.
Matt, that really is good information, and I can tell you that we have had a number of inherited IRAs received here at KML and the KML Foundation, and they are great gifts for charity, largely because people, I think, they want to give their loved ones an asset that really is a benefit. And I don't know if too many people say, I want to give my children or my loved ones an asset that's going to be a burden for them with a tax consequence. So the people who give it to their loved ones, that's fine, know the consequences of that because it can be a great gift. But giving it to a charity might be a better option. Leave some of the other assets to your loved ones, and if you're charitably minded, the IRA might be a really good option to give to charity. Matt, is there anything else you want to add?
Yes, Paul. I would say if you're going to make a gift and you're at least age 70 and a half, you should definitely consider making a qualified charitable distribution.
It certainly makes sense. But, you make a really good point, and I'm really going to emphasize this. If you're considering anything in your financial world, including a possible charitable gift from your IRA, talk to your personal financial planner. This is not meant to be financial planning. This is meant to be information, and I thank Matt for coming in and sharing some basic information about this, but these are so unique with every individual. And so a financial planner who sees all of your assets and all of your investments can truly give you good advice on how you can invest. So please talk to your own personal financial planner before making any decisions. Once again, Matt, thanks for coming today. Thanks for sharing this information. We always say we do this because it's your life. It's your plan, and it's your legacy. And this is truly an opportunity to leave a legacy gift, whether we're talking your family or charity. What a great way to leave a legacy. Thank you. We'll see you next month.